Have you ever sprinkled some onion powder into your soup or on your popcorn and wondered, where does this stuff even come from? It's in our spice racks, our favorite snacks, and pretty much every savory dish imaginable. But how do you turn a firm, tear-jerking onion into a fine, flavorful powder? Well, today we're peeling back the layers on the incredible journey of onion powder. From the farm field to your kitchen cabinet. It's a massive industrial process that transforms millions of tons of onions into that pantry staple we all know and love. So get ready, because we're about to dive deep into the world of industrial-scale spice production. The story of your onion powder begins, unsurprisingly, in a field. But not just any field. We're talking about vast, sprawling farms, primarily in places like California, India, and China, where the climate is just right for growing onions. The variety of onion used is crucial. For powder, manufacturers prefer onions with a high solid content and a pungent flavor. This means less water to remove later and more of that classic oniony kick. Think varieties like the Southport White Globe or specific hybrids developed just for dehydration. Harvesting isn't done by hand with a small shovel. Imagine massive specialized machines rolling through the fields. These harvesters are engineering marvels. They first use a blade to slice through the soil beneath the bulbs, loosening them. Once the trucks arrive at the processing plant, it's all about quality control. The onions are unloaded onto massive conveyor belts for their first inspection. Here, workers and optical sorting machines team up. They look for any onions that are bruised, rotten, or the wrong size. Optical sorters are incredible. They use high-speed cameras and jets of air to identify and reject imperfect onions in the blink of an eye. This step is vital to ensure that only the best quality produce makes it into the final product. Any spoiled onion could affect the flavor of an entire batch. After passing inspection, the onions head to the topping and tailing station. Here the green tops and the stringy roots are removed. Again, this isn't done with a paring knife. Specialized machines are designed to precisely trim each end of the onion as it tumbles through. The onions are blasted with high-pressure steam for a very short period. This heats the water just under the skin, causing the skin to loosen and practically burst off. The onions then pass through a system of high-pressure water sprays and rubber scrubbers that gently remove the loosened peel without damaging the onion flesh. This process is incredibly efficient, peeling thousands of onions per minute. Now that we have clean, peeled onions, it's time to wash and slice. The onions move through a final rinse to make sure they are perfectly clean. Then, they're sent to the slicers. These aren't your average kitchen mandolines. We're talking about industrial-grade centrifugal slicers. Onions are fed into a rapidly spinning drum lined with razor-sharp blades. If the slices are too thick, they won't dry evenly. If they're too thin, they might burn. The sliced onions are now ready for the most critical step, dehydration. The goal is to remove almost all the water content, which is about 85 to 90% of an onion's weight, without losing the flavor. The most common method is continuous belt drying. The onion slices are spread evenly onto a long, slow-moving, multi-layered mesh conveyor belt that passes through a massive drying chamber. This multi-stage approach prevents the outside of the onion from drying too quickly and forming a hard crust, which would trap moisture inside. This entire drying process can take anywhere from 10 to 24 hours. By the end, the once plump onion slices are brittle, lightweight, and have a moisture content of only about 4 to 5%. The sheer volume of water removed is staggering. For every 10 pounds of fresh onions that go in, only about 1 pound of dried onion comes out. But we're not at powder yet. What we have now are dried onion flakes or pieces. To get that fine powder, we need to mill them. A hammer mill uses swinging steel hammers that rotate at high speed, shattering the brittle onion flakes against the mill's inner wall until they become a coarse powder. A pin mill consists of 2 rotating discs with interlocking pins. So, the next time you reach for that jar of onion powder, take a moment to appreciate the incredible industrial journey it has taken. In milling, it has been transformed